Good afternoon. Hello, and welcome. I'm still piddling around here. Plus, in about, a few minutes, I'm going to set up the Instagram side of things. Because, yes, I'm going to try to do this live from both YouTube and Instagram. This is going to be weird, but I want to make this open to as many people as possible because we need this. We need this, and you know, I don't always like going live on Instagram just because cellular connection to my Wi-Fi is a little weird sometimes, and I don't want the feed to be lost because I've even had that happen here through my laptop, even the other day with one of my Patreon classes. So we'll see what happens. I paid my bills, okay? Let me just finish getting, I think I got everything set up, honestly. Yeah. Just move this over. Okay. Oh, man. My back hurts. But for today, as always, we follow the format of 40 minutes of movement, about 15, 20 minutes of meditation. And today, I wanted us to focus on stretching out our lower body and our lower backs. The music that I've selected today is, again, from Meditative Mind, that YouTube channel that provides a healthy library of ambient music. Most of it is frequencies. I absolutely love so many of them, and a lot of them are geared directly towards certain chakras or certain things that you're wanting to work on. So today I picked some hang drum music set to, I don't remember what hertz it's supposed to be set at. Doesn't actually say, but it is still, it's for lower chakral healing. So for the solar plexus, solar plexus chakra, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. The reason I chose those today is because I realized that we tend to think about holding tension in our shoulders and that being the main place that we really just, feel a lot of tightness, but really we hold a lot of our suppressed emotions, a lot of tension in our lower body. And if there's energy blockages in, let's say, in your sacral chakra, which is your belly area, that whole thing about trusting your gut, there's truth to that. Your intuition is seated in your sacral chakra, right in your belly. So if there is an energy block somewhere in that space, your intuition may not be working at its fullest potential. So being able to heal that space, allow the energy to flow through freely, you're able to listen to your own inner voice a little bit better, make more sound decisions without feeling anxious about it, or trusting when certain situations aren't for you and knowing when to leave. I've always felt that the trust your gut metaphor, there's so much truth to that, because I have had instances where walk into a certain situation and something in my stomach just doesn't like anything that's going on at all. I sometimes attribute it to something that I ate, not agreeing with me, but most cases hadn't eaten anything out of my norm that would cause me that type of discomfort. So knowing that in that situation, if my stomach starts to feel weird, I know that maybe this situation isn't what I'm supposed to be in, and I need to redirect, reevaluate, remove myself, whatever the word may be, and try things again in a different way or something. And I have to say that when I do trust that gut feeling, I have not steered myself wrong. When I ignore that feeling is when I start to get into trouble. Maybe not trouble, but just, into situations that are less than favorable. And knowing that I have a better energy, a freer energy path throughout my body, except for my throat. I know a lot of times my throat chakra gets a little blocked up. But knowing that I can trust from within myself makes up for so many things. And we hold so much tension and emotion in our hips. A lot of suppressed stuff gets left in our hips. So when you notice that you have lower back issues, sometimes that is your hips and your knees and things like that. But being able to forward fold, open up your hips a little bit more, releases all that energy, releases that tension, lets things flow freely through, and then you can open up the root chakra and connect more with the earth, the ground, all of the things that allow you to feel solid and secure. So I wanted to work on those 3 things today, and we will start with a little bit more vigorous movement just to get the body warmed up, but we will keep things low to the ground and stretch out through the legs, the hips, and the lower back, just to make sure that we can get some of these things opened physically. And hopefully this music that is provided, if you can hear it, if not, please let me know in the chat section over there on the side to let me know if I need to turn it up or turn it down or anything. I'm going to go ahead and start trying to get the IG portion set up, because I know they only give you about an hour if you're under a certain follower count. But let me try to get that set up real quick, and then we'll get started about 5 minutes after the hour. If you do have any props that you would like to use, be sure to bring them. Have them handy right by you. I keep 2 blocks, and the strap is behind the blocks, but 2 blocks and a strap are what I recommend. If you have anything like thick books or large canned goods or anything like that that's nice and sturdy, you can bring that along to help out with any postures that need the extra support. Yeah, that was it. So let me get this set up. Well, think about it. Sorry, I like to think sometimes. Okay. Time is it? What time is it? 58? That's cool. Hey. Hold up. I don't think that playlist lasts for very long. Oh no, they just changed the screen. It is. We're good. I am going to have to start it over. It's only an hour and 11 minutes. I didn't realize that. No, it's not. What am I talking about? I don't know. I'm hungry, y'all. Don't know. Hi, Instagram. I'm sitting here looking at 2 monitors, so judge me if you will. All right, let's see how this works. Okay, I don't know which one to look at the most. Don't care. I'll just be bouncing back and forth. I will say, keep in mind, I do have my contacts in today, but if you do end up commenting through the practice, I will not be able to see it until after we're done. I try to stay back there so that I can demonstrate for the most part. So I won't be able to see any comments or anything going on any of these screens. My focus is going to be mostly on making sure that I cue you guys safely through this practice and into your meditation. For the meditation part, I do cue you into Shavasana, where you can lay down on the ground and stay there if you would like, you are welcome to sit up and take a more comfortable seated pose, but make sure that you keep your spine long and keep the belly fairly firm but light. If it helps to have something supporting you behind your back, sit up against a wall or grab a seat onto a chair, but make sure that you're able to sit comfortably, shoulders relaxed, but keep the spine long and chin just slightly tucked so that the head is stacked right on top of your shoulders. But I tend to find laying down to be a better option. However, if one of your struggles is staying awake through your meditation, I do recommend being seated. That helps you kind of keep your awareness a little bit more active as you are able to, or since you're having to keep your body upright. But that's totally up to you, whatever you decide, whatever you choose. What else? If you want to sit on something comfortable, like right now I have this bolster, this beautiful guy right here. These are kind of pricey, and I invested in my business to get one. I do want to get a couple more, but they are great. They're very sturdy, but they're great for making sure the hips are elevated so that your knees can relax in case there's a little tightness in the knees, if you're sitting for an extended amount of time. If you have any blankets that you would like to come or use, you can bring blankets in to cover up, depending on the temperature of your space. You could also bring in something to cover your eyes if your space happens to be bright and you would like to be in a little bit more darkness. But these are all things that you can use to help kind of deepen your meditation. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. I think we'll get into the body well enough that we won't have to worry about feeling too stiff once we get into that space. So I'm excited. I'm really grateful for you guys for joining me today and every day that we've done this so far. I'm really excited about this new venture here. It took me a while to get myself into extremely public online classes. I've been doing fairly private online classes throughout most of quarantine. So this is exciting. Makes me a little nervous, but I don't know. I mean, I love yoga so much, and I just love being able to share. So I'm super excited and just grateful for you guys for participating and being a part of something really cool. Oh, and for the donations, if you would like to donate to the cause, we're giving everything to Campaign Zero. You can either donate directly to my Cash App, which is in the chat section here, and for Instagram folks, my Cash App is $Tereney McDowell, TERENEY McDowell, all those letters. If you want to donate directly to Campaign Zero, you could go to their website. It's joincampaignzero.org. I'll put that in the chat here, and I'll try to put something and pin it on IG real quick, since we are real close to getting started. Join campaign, spell zero.org. Okay, let me be right back. Get this into IG. Cash App. Hey, look at that. Or www.joincampaignzero.com. Oh my gosh. .com. Post and pin. Let me pin it. Thank you. Goodness. All right. It's officially 12:05, so let's get started. I'm going to run this back just in case, because now I'm feeling apprehensive about this thing actually lasting an hour. Run it back. The slowest. There we go. Son of whatever. If it stops, I'll start it over again. Let's start today in child's pose. Come on back to the back of your mat. Kneel down to your knees, and then take your knees to spread across your mat to opposite edges. Bring your toes together, and slide your hips back towards your heels. There's space between your hips and your heels. There's nothing wrong with that. Just send the energy that way. If you would like to put a block underneath your hips, you can squat right down on the block, and then start to lower your chest down to another block. And then let the head be heavy and stretch your arms overhead. If you come down a little further, without any blocks, let your hips sink to your heels, stretch your arms overhead, and let your belly and your chest and your forehead melt down towards the ground. Deep inhale through your nose. Open your lips, exhale out of the mouth. Inhale through your nose. Open your lips, exhale. Full breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale. Empty completely out. Inhale through your nose, close your lips. Keep them closed, exhale through your nose. Start to fire up your victorious Ujjayi breath by slightly constricting your airway, making it just a tiny bit smaller, and it creates that deep ocean wave sound for your breath. Inhale with the constriction. Exhale with the same tightness in the throat. Start to relax your jaw. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears and soften. Relax your belly. Then send your breath into your tailbone. So imagine that there's a balloon right into your pelvis. With every inhale, send all of your breath into that balloon. Fill it up. Let the hips expand. With every exhale, the balloon starts to deflate, and you can sink your hips down a little further towards your heels. Continue that same pattern. Inhale, fill up the balloon. Exhale, pull the air out, let the hips melt. One more deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press your chest up and come into a tabletop position. Staying on your hands and your knees with your fingertips spread wide, shoulders stacked over your wrists, hips stacked over your knees. Your hands are as wide as your shoulders, your hips, or your knees are as wide as your hips. Take a deep breath in to pull your navel in towards your spine. Squeeze from your abdomen. Exhale, hold the same firmness, almost like you're wanting to press your lower back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, let your belly button sink down towards the ground. Tip your tailbone up to the sky. Pull your chin up to the sky. Exhale, press into your hands. Pull the navel in towards your spine, round the spine. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, pull the belly button back down towards the ground. Tailbone pulls up, tip the head up. This is cow pose. Exhale, press into your hands. Separate your shoulder blades around your spine. Tuck your tailbone. Cat pose. Inhale, back into cow pose. Let your belly scoop down low. Exhale, press into your hands. Send your your spine sky high. One more, full breath in. Cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, cat pose. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Exhale, squeeze in from the belly. Full breath in, hold firm here. Press into your hands, separate your shoulder blades. Exhale, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your knees off the ground 2 inches. Hold here for turbo dog. 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit the knees down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Sit the hips back to your heels and keep the arms stretched overhead, forehead down towards the ground for a brief child's pose. Stretch out your back, lift your shoulders, straighten your arms, stretch out. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes. Inhale, firm your belly, lift your knees off the ground 2 inches, turbo dog. 5, 4, keep breathing. 3, 2, stay firm in your belly, press into your hands, and 1, lower the knees down, untuck your toes, sit the hips back to the heels, brief child's pose to stretch out your shoulders. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your knees off the ground, but continue to straighten out the legs. Send your hips sky high. Press into your hands. Create that inverted V for downward facing dog. Deep breath in to press into all 10 fingertips and your knuckles to keep pressure off of your wrists. Exhale, pull your navel in towards your spine and pull your heels down towards the ground. 1 more deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Lift your heels off the ground in your down dog. Exhale, sink your heels back down towards the mat. 1 more. Inhale, lift your heels off of the ground, up on your toes. Exhale, lower the heels down. Stretch out the calves. Stay here for an in-breath. Exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Let your shoulder blades slide up your spine. Inhale, look to your hands. Shift your shoulders on top of your wrists. Lower your hips down so that they're in line with the rest of your body. Full exhale to hold your plank. Inhale, look towards the top of your mat. Press into your toes. Shift your shoulders over your fingers. Bend your elbows and slowly lower down, halfway or all the way down to the ground. Let your toes untuck. Inhale, press into your hands, peel your shoulders and your chest all the way up for cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes and send your hips all the way up for downward facing dog. Deep breath in, relax your shoulders. Full breath out, navel to the spine. Inhale, look to your hands. Step your feet towards the top of your mat. Half lift, hands to your shins, flat back, look forward. Exhale, squat down or bend your knees slightly. Reach down for the ground for a forward fold, crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale, straighten out the legs, hands to the shins, look forward, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back, find your high plank once more. Full breath in, hold the plank. Exhale, press into your toes, shift your shoulders over your fingertips, bend your elbows, squeeze them in tight towards the body, lower down halfway for chaturanga or all the way down to the mat. Inhale, peel up for cobra or upward facing dog. Upward facing dog would be pressing into the hands, press into the tops of the feet and lift your thighs off the ground. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Step or jump to the top, half lift, hands to the shins, flat back, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, reach down for the ground. Bend your knees if you like. Inhale, press into your feet, slowly roll all the way up to stand tall, sweep the arms up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center, relax your shoulders. Inhale, pull your navel in towards your spine, squeeze the belly. Exhale, pull your tailbone down towards the ground so it's tucking up the tailbone. Inhale, reach the arms up, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive the arms down, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins, flat back, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or jump back to your high plank. Inhale, hold your plank, stay firm and squeeze from your belly. Exhale, if you like, lower your knees down first and then lower down, or bend the elbows, lower down halfway, chaturanga, or to the mat. Inhale, press into your hands, peel up for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips all the way up for downward facing dog. Deep breath in, relax your shoulders. Exhale, pull your heels down towards the ground. I almost said knees. Inhale, once more, hold your down dog. Full breath out. Inhale, look to your hands, step or bend your knees and slightly jump to the top of your mat. Hands to your shins, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into your feet, roll all the way up, stand tall, sweep your arms up, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive, right back into your forward fold, hands towards the ground, crown of the head reaches to the toes. Inhale, hands to your shins, half lift, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or jump back to your high plank. Inhale, hold the firm plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down, chaturanga or to the mat. Inhale, peel the chest up, back bend in cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips all the way up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, release your shoulders from your ears. One more full breath in, pull your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Exhale, melt your heels down towards the mat. Inhale, look to your hands, step or jump to the top of your mat. Hands to the shins, flat back, look forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, press into your feet, roll all the way up, stand tall, sweep your arms up, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees and sit your hips down low. If your lower back is feeling a little tight, heel toe your feet hip width apart, knees apart, and still keep the low squat. If your shoulders are feeling a little strained, you can bring your hands to heart center for chair pose. If you chose to keep your legs together, squeeze your thighs in together. Knees, ankles, all squeezed in. Full breath in. Bring your weight back into your heels a little more. Exhale, sit the hips down a little lower. One more. Inhale, feel the heat starting to increase in your legs. Exhale, straighten out your legs, hinge at your hips, reach down for the ground, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or jump back to your high plank. Inhale, hold your high plank, stay firm in your belly. Exhale, bend your elbows, squeeze them in towards the ribs, lower down halfway, chaturanga, or all the way to the ground. Inhale, peel up for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips all the way up, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands, squeeze your right knee in towards your chest and step your foot between your thumbs. Exhale, spin your back heel down so that your toes are pointing out towards the long edge of your mat. Inhale, press into your front foot, sweep the arms up, shoulders and hips face the front of your mat for warrior one. Exhale, sink your hips down a little deeper. Make sure your knees stay stacked over your ankle. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Reach up the fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Peel your back heel up and step your right foot back to meet your left. Inhale to hold the high plank. Exhale, lower down however you like, chaturanga or to the mat. Inhale, peel up for cobra or upward facing dog, back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips all the way up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, look to your hands, pull your left knee in towards your chest and plant the foot between your thumbs. Exhale, spin your right heel down and have your right toes pointed out towards the right side of your mat. Inhale, press into your front foot, sweep the arms up, shoulders and hips face the front for warrior one. Exhale, sink in a little deeper and make sure the front knee is stacked over the ankle. Inhale, lengthen your spine, reach the fingertips even higher. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the ground. Back heel pulls up, step your left foot back to meet your right. Inhale, hold your plank. Stay firm in your belly and your arms. Exhale, bend your elbows, squeeze them in towards the body. Lower down, chaturanga or to the mat. Inhale, peel up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips high up to the sky, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears and let your head be heavy and your neck loose. Exhale, melt your heels down towards the ground, stretch through your calves. One more, full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, look to the top of your mat, step or jump both feet up to the top, half lift. Exhale, reach down for the ground, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips down low and sweep your arms up. Come back into your chair pose. Exhale, sit the hips down a little deeper. One more, full breath in. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. Exhale, straighten out the legs, hinge at the hips, reach down, forward fold. Inhale, hands to the shins, half lift, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or jump back to your high plank. Inhale, hold your plank, stay firm in your core. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale, peel up for up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up, downward facing dog. Inhale to step your right foot between your thumbs, spin your back heel down. Sweep the arms all the way up, a whole lot to do on this one inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the ground, spin the back heel up, step the back foot down, back and lower down. Inhale to peel up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up, downward facing dog. So you notice those breaths are getting a little bit more work in them. Inhale, step your left foot between the thumbs, spin the back heel down, press into the front foot, sweep all the way up, warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands down, step back, high plank, and lower down. Inhale to peel up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. One more, inhale, press into your hands firmly. Exhale, send your tailbone up to the ceiling. Inhale, look to your hands, step or jump to the top of your mat, hands to the shins, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, reach down from the ground. Inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips low, sweep your arms up, chair pose. Exhale, sit a little deeper and bring your weight into your heels. One more, full breath in. Exhale, straighten out the legs, reach your hands down, crown of the head down towards the ground. Inhale, hands to shins, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or jump back, high plank, lower down. Inhale, peel up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips all the way up, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands, right foot between the thumbs, back heel spins down, press into the front foot, sweep up, warrior one, busy, busy. Exhale, bring the hands back down, step back, high plank, lower down. Inhale, peel up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips all the way up, down dog. Inhale, knee to the chest, plant the foot between the thumbs, back heel spins down, sweep all the way up, warrior one. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back, high plank, and lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more. Inhale, press into your fingertips. Exhale, send your heels down towards the ground. Inhale, look towards your hands. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Half lift. Hands to shins. Lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Sit your hips down low. Sweep the arms up. Chair pose. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Pull your knees back towards your heels. One more. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, stand tall. Stretch the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the sides. Roll your shoulders. Roll up the neck. Nice. Inhale, sweep the arms back up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, swan dive into your forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step or jump back to high plank. From here, if you like, you can go through your vinyasa, lower down and flow through all those other poses, or you could just push your hips straight up into downward facing dog. Your choice on what you would like to do. I'll give you some time if you chose to float. But we end up in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, stretch your right leg up for three-legged dog, but keep your toes pointed down towards the mat and extend through your heel with the foot flexed. Inhale to lift the leg up a little higher. Exhale, pull your knee in towards your nose and plant your foot between your thumbs. Inhale to pull your chest forward towards the top of your mat. Exhale, lower your left knee down and untuck your toes. If you would like to have blocks underneath your hands here, you can bring blocks in at whatever height feels best to frame your foot. Give you a little bit of extra lift. And pull your sternum up, lengthen your spine, and reach the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Exhale to let your hips melt down towards the ground, but also take a look at your front leg. Make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle. This promotes a lot more of a strength and balance and stability into your knee space. If we were to go past the ankle in any way, we're having to put a lot of work into this joint. So by stacking your joints, you take a lot of pressure off and promote stability and strength. But send your breath into your left front hip flexors or into your right outer hip. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Let your head be heavy. Keep your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. One more. Full breath in. Exhale. Start to push your hips back. Straighten out your right leg. Walk your hands back about towards the middle of the mat. Your hips may be stacked over your left knee. And lift your right toes up to flex the foot. So for half split, stay here with your hands supported by the blocks and the hips up high. You can also take a block underneath your right hip, squat down onto the block and take a seat and deepen your forward fold, belly towards your thighs. Or you can take a full sprinter stretch, lower your hips all the way down to the ground and forward fold over your front leg. If you have a full split, I'll demonstrate. I don't got it today. I know that already. But extend the back leg out. You can use blocks to help support you if you're still working on it to try to square your hips. But send your breath into your hamstrings on your right leg. So no matter where you are, breathe into the same space. On your inhale, start to walk your hands back up to the top of your mat. If you're in full split, carefully come out of the split and find your way back into the low lunge. Press the right toes down to the mat. Stack your knee over your ankle again. Press your hips down towards the ground. If you're on blocks, you can move them out to the side. Bring your hands down to the mat. Exhale to tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee off the ground. Inhale to find the length through your spine again in the low lunge. Exhale, step your right foot back to meet your left high plank. From here, if you like, take a deep breath in, stay in the high plank. On the exhale, flow through your vinyasa or push up straight to downward facing dog. Inhale to peel up into your back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips all the way up, down dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, sweep the left leg up for three-legged dog. Toes pointed down towards the ground, extend through your heel. Full exhale. Inhale to lift your leg up a little higher, fire the glutes. Exhale, pull your knee in towards your nose and plant your foot between your thumbs. You can set up your blocks again if you like. Inhale to pull your sternum forward towards the top of your mat. Exhale, lower your right knee down and untuck your right toes. Make sure your knee is stacked over the ankle. Stay here in your lunge. Or if you can have hands down to the mat. But send your breath into your right front hip flexor this time, or into your outer left hip, or straight into your tailbone to expand the whole hip space. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, start to walk your hands back towards the middle of the mat. Come into your half split. Pull your left toes up and straighten out the left leg. Forward fold over the front leg with the hips high, supported with a block, all the way down to the heel or into a split. Inhale into your hamstring. Exhale to allow yourself to melt into the stretch a little more. One more, full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, start to bring yourself up. Walk your hands back up to the top of the mat. Dive into your front knee. Exhale, settle back into your lunge. Inhale to tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the ground. Move your blocks out of the way. Exhale, step your left foot back to meet your right. Inhale, hold your plank. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa or come straight into downward facing dog. Inhale to come up for your back bend. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, look to your hands. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Cross the ankles and come down to a seat. Okay. Hands or something. Bring the soles of your feet together. Take your knees wide. Or cobbler pose. Baddha Konasana. Spread your feet open wide like there's a very interesting story written on the bottom. Catch onto your ankles. You can have your heels as close to your pelvis or as far away from your pelvis as you like. If this is a lot on your knees, you could take a block, a book, a pillow, or anything you like, and lift up the hips, sit on top of the block, or just elevate the hips as high as you can to get a little pressure off your knees. But catch onto your ankles. Inhale, lift your sternum up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, pull your sternum down towards your feet using the strength of your hands. Another option would be to take this a little deeper by pressing your elbows into your knees or into your inner thighs to open up your groin space. Inhale to pull the chest forward once more. Exhale, round down, send your forehead down towards your feet. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Relax your jaw. Release any tension in your neck and shoulders. Send your breath into your hips again. You can also send your breath into your lower back if you're feeling tightness there. Inhale slowly brings you all the way up. Exhale, take your legs out wide. You can still stay facing the top of your mat. If you would like a little cushion underneath your ankles, you could turn so that your torso faces the long edge of your mat. Sorry. And your ankles are still right there onto your mat. Again, if you would like to elevate the hips to get a little relief into your knees and your legs, you could also bring a block in to lift up and sit right on top of the block. Inhale, take your hands behind your back with your fingertips pointing towards the back wall. Press into the hands and lift the sternum up, tip the head back. Make sure your feet are flexed and your toes point up to the ceiling. If you're feeling enough sensation in your hips here, you can stay right here. If you would like to go a little further, press into your hands, push your chest forward, keep the spine long, and start to come into a forward fold by keeping your toes still pointing up to the ceiling. And stay here, or bring your arms out to catch onto your legs. You can use the strength of your arms to pull yourself down a little further, or catch onto the sides of your feet, or grab your peace fingers in between your big toe and then catch onto that big toe and pull down a little further. If you also like, you can bring a block in underneath your chest at whatever height feels best to allow you a little bit of support as you hold your forward fold. But continue to roll your thighs back, almost like you're wanting to pull your pinky toe down towards the mat. Have your arms outstretched overhead. So many options. Explore where you want to go within each pose. Take it to your level. Get acclimated with yourself. Start really listening in to what your body is saying. Are your hips saying, hey, that's a little too far? Come up a little. Come up some. Or if your hips are saying, I really don't feel much, maybe we could go down a little further. Go down a little further. Notice what's going on from within. Inhale slowly brings you all the way up. If you have a block in the middle, go ahead and move it out to the side. Keep your legs out wide. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, take your left hand over on top of your right thigh. Inhale to stretch the spine long, reach up to the ceiling. Then exhale, start to hinge over to the left. Reach your fingers over towards your left toes. Keep the chest open towards the long edge of your mat for a side bend. If you can catch onto your foot, catch onto your foot. If this one's like, girl, what you talking about? This is weird and I don't like how it feels. You could always come up and use a strap by taking the strap around the foot and behind the back. Catch onto the strap as close to your foot as you can with your left hand, and then take the right hand behind the back and catch onto the strap behind your left hip. And then start to use the strength of your left hand to pull you down into the stretch. The goal is to stretch through your right side body. You will feel some sensation in your left leg, and that's totally fine, but we want to get this side body open. So pull your right hip down and send your right ribs up and away from your hip. One more. Full breath in. Expand your rib cage. Exhale. Sink in a little deeper. Inhale. Come all the way back up. If you used a strap, move it over to the other side so you're prepared. If you are not, inhale. Reach the left arm up. Exhale. Take the right hand onto the left hip. Inhale to find length. Then exhale. Lean over. Stretch through your left side body. Pull the left hip down and pull the left ribs up and away. Again, if you're using a strap, catch onto the strap with your right hand. Left hand behind the back. Catch the extra tail with your left hand behind your hip. Use the strength of your right hand to pull down and keep your chest open. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Sink in a little deeper. And inhale. Come all the way up. And release. And sweep your left foot up to the top of your mat. Both legs now reaching up towards the top. Sit bones rooted into the mat. Inhale. Stretch your fingertips up to the ceiling. Lengthen out your spine. Exhale, pull the navel in towards the spine. Lead with your chest. Hinge at your hips to come into a forward fold. You can let your arms rest down to the sides. Catch onto your legs, your ankles, the sides of your feet. Peace fingers around the big toes. Or grab onto that strap again. Wrap it around the ball of your feet. Catch onto the strap as close to your feet as you can. And use your arm strength to pull down. With any forward fold, if it feels like there's a lot going on in your hamstrings and the back of your knees, give a little micro bend. Lift your knees up off the ground some, and then bring your belly towards your thighs. Let your head be heavy. Soften your shoulders. Pull your navel in towards your spine. Give you a little bit more space. Exhale to sink in deeper to the stretch. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale slowly brings you all the way up. Remove your strap if you brought one in. Exhale, stretch your fingertips out towards the horizon. Arms out long, parallel to your legs. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Then exhale with control. Start to tuck your tailbone and gently roll all the way down so that you come to a laying down position on your mat, but take as long as you can to get there. Let your head be the absolute last thing to touch, and let your arms lay out to the sides. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, bend your knees and plant your feet about hip width apart. Lift up your hips and tuck your tailbone. Press the lower back into the mat. You might be able to tickle your heels with your fingers. And then magnetize your thighs towards each other. They don't have to touch, but just feel the energy of them wanting to come closer to each other. Full exhale, press your lower back deep into the mat. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, and bring your weight between your feet and your shoulders. Try not to let too much rest on your neck. And keep your hands, palms facing down, supported to the side of the body. Or you can lift up your chest a little higher, squeeze your shoulder blades together, interlace your fingers behind your back, and press your pinkies into the ground below. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips a touch higher. Full exhale to stay. One more, deep breath in. Full exhale to stay. One more, deep breath in. Exhale, release your grip. Slowly roll the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Let your hips be the last to touch. Inhale, bring your knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around the shins and give yourself a hug, or take happy baby. Take your knees out wide towards your armpits. Catch on to the sides of your feet. Press your knees down towards the ground. Press your tailbone down towards the ground. If you like, you can rock side to side if it feels good on your lower back. And if you took happy baby, bring your knees back in together, ankles to touch. Wrap your arms around your shins. Exhale, lay your arms out to the sides, palms facing down. Inhale, press your feet up to the ceiling, straighten out your legs for waterfall. Exhale to stay here with the legs lifted. One more full breath in. Exhale, with control, slowly start to lower your heels down toward the ground. Steady, 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 but keep breathing. Once your heels touch the mat, let them splay out wide to opposite corners of the mat. Send your arms out to a low V with the palms facing up to come into your Shavasana. If you would like to come into a different position for your meditation, now is the time to move into that space so that you can take the opportunity to come into your breath, come into this new space. Clear your mind and focus on your breath. If you've taken Shavasana, continue to allow your body to relax. Scan your entire frame. Notice any places that are holding any tension, starting from the crown of your head, all the way through over your face, relaxing your brow, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Release any tension in your arms, your hands, your chest, your belly, into your hips, your glutes, all the way down through your quads and your hamstrings, your knees, the shins, the calves, the ankles, the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, all the way through your toes. Challenge yourself to stay completely still, to soak in this time with yourself. If you need to adjust anything that starts to feel painful, feel free to adjust, but try to stay still. Resist the urge to move around. Once we start to bring movement back into the body in these states, we lose our concentration. We're sending attention to something other than what we needed to be focusing on, and that is something inside of us. And it's different for everyone. So whatever may be on your mind, now is the time to explore that a little more, or just allow your mind to roam. If you're seated, allow your hips to really melt into the ground, connecting with the earth. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears, but keep your spine long. Let your head balance right on top of your shoulders, with a gentle tuck of the chin. Let your hands rest into your lap or on top of your knees. We all reconnect with our breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. As we come to the end of our time together, start to bring yourself back into your body if you started to drift away, reconnecting with your breath. Long inhale through your nose. Long exhale through your nose. If you're laying down, reawaken your body. Open and close your hands. Roll your wrists, roll your ankles. If you're seated, roll your shoulders. Roll your neck. Take any stretches you like, but you can remain seated. If you chose to lay down, reach your arms overhead. Bring your ankles towards each other. Stretch from fingertips to toes. Full body stretch. Draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around. Give yourself one big hug. Inhale to reach your right arm over your head. And exhale, slowly roll over to the right side. Take your head to your arm as a pillow. Let your knees and your feet rest to the ground for fetal position. Gently push your way up to a comfortable seat towards the top of your mat. If you're already seated, you are in the perfect place. Let your hands rest on top of your knees with your palms open to the room. Shoulders relaxed away from your ears, but stacked right over your hips for a long spine. Reconnect with your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. I want to thank you all so much for taking this opportunity to practice and meditate with me. You all have been absolutely amazing. But I want you to continue this journey, whether it is with me, by yourself, with another instructor, no matter what. This journey is about discovering ourselves, learning who we are, the things that make us tick, the things that we close ourselves off to, opening ourselves up to learn who we are so that we can be better people to each other. But it starts within. That's what we work through in yoga. Connecting with our body, our mind, our spirit that connects us with the earth, the people around us, all of the things that we involve ourselves with. Take one more full breath in, full breath out. We'll close today with one breath to bring us all together. Inhale, sweep your arms up, fingertips to the sky, palms touch at the top. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, tuck your chin, and we gently bow to give honor to each other. I think IG quit on me. Let's see what happened. Or my phone died, one of the two. Yep, phone died. All right, that was smart. I have to apologize to the Instagram group, but thank you all so much for joining me today. I truly do appreciate you taking time out of your day for this. We'll be back again next Monday, but I am also still offering Patreon classes 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday evenings, Saturday mornings. trying to think of where else you can find me. If you are a member of Fit Factory, whether it's in Massachusetts or Texas, I do teach a few classes through their online platform as well. You may be seeing me at Yoga 6 soon. So there's a lot of different places that you can catch me, but this class will always be free with donations accepted to go to Campaign Zero every Monday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So again, thank you so, so much. I hope you enjoyed. Please go get some water, go get some lunch, maybe take a nap, whatever you need to do, because I know meditation tends to really get you drained and relaxed and just ready to kind of chill out. So take it easy, be easy on yourself. Know that it takes a minute to process some things. So if some stuff came to you through this, it's okay. Be easy on yourself. It takes time to kind of work through a lot of that stuff. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't, feel too bad about any feelings that come up through the next few days. It's okay. Meditate again to kind of process some of that stuff even more. All right, I'm done rambling. I want to let you guys go so you can enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye.